My name is Will Powell. I'm the Director of the Conservation Canine Program for African Wildlife Foundation. It's a program we started at the beginning of this year. We're training different teams of dog handlers in different African countries to detect ivory and rhino horn. And we're deploying, our first two countries are going to be Kenya and Tanzania. We're working with the authorities, the wildlife authorities in those countries, in Kenya with the Kenya Wildlife Service, in Tanzania with the Wildlife Division. 2 months ago we started our handler training course. We were given a whole lot of handlers to select from by both Kenya Wildlife Service and by Wildlife Division, and we've selected the best out of the group and become a family of dog handlers. The thing that makes this program different from other dog programs in and across Africa is that instead of just training the dogs and the handlers and finishing once they graduate, we are following them to where they are going to work, and we're going to be together supporting them for the next, at least for 3 years and possibly longer. The other thing is this connection with the handler. It has to be about praise. The handlers have to understand that this dog is not doing it because he has a salary at the end of the month. He's doing it because it's fun and that he gets a lot of love and enjoyment out of the process. So he's working for his reward, which is his toy and the love that the handler gives.
Welcome to the first graduation of the canine unit.
And while today we're celebrating, and I'm very proud of all of you guys for getting where you've got and passing out today, my biggest celebration is going to be the day we begin to search and begin to find stuff. So during the training, we start with is searching vehicles. At the moment we're using small pieces of dried ivory because the dog's nose are quite sensitive, so if we put a large piece then they'll be able to find it almost too quickly. And we use the cars because it's an easy way of getting the dog handlers and the dogs used to searching large objects, and in the field they're going to be searching containers and pallets and cargo and luggage. So searching these large objects in a controlled and there's a certain pattern around which how we work with the dogs. Once they smell the smell of ivory, they get excited, they get as close as they can to where the smell is coming from, and then they sit. The response to show us that they found something is to sit. Once they sit, we tell them to stay, and then we give them the toy as a reward once they find it. And once they have their toy, they get lots of praise, and you can hear the handlers as they're talking to the dogs as they're going around the car. They're encouraging the dogs and giving them lots of praise, and that's a really important part of the job.
This is our first training of dogs and of their handlers, so it's very interesting. It's an experiment we're learning as we go. But the plan is to scale up. African Wildlife Foundation and our partners, Tanzania National Parks, Tanzania Wildlife Division, Kenya Wildlife Service, we're looking at the data. We're looking at the data from Interpol and from other agencies to see where are the key ports, where are the key places of shipment.
When they introduced this idea, I wasn't sure whether it was going to happen or not. But today, we are appreciating that the event has happened. Thank you very much, AWF, that all of these have happened. Kindly keep up the spirit, and we assure you that we'll continue cooperating to make sure that such innovative strategies in combating poaching in our national parks and protected areas are sustained.
what they have done is a very good stuff. I call upon the government of Tanzania with the Ministry of Wildlife, Ministry of Natural Resources and Tourism, that they should put their hand on this. They should not let them down, let them support them doing this, because it's for us and for our government and for our future generation.
Yeah, definitely it will change a lot, because before we just used to work, or rather Kenya used to work as Kenya Wildlife Service only in Kenya, but with AWF joining hands, so definitely we will work together.
I know I've done a good job when I see in the distance, I see a guy scratching his dog's ear, the dog cuddling up to him. Now I know that guy's a dog handler.